Hi friends, I had lots of scraps left over from a previous blanket. If you remember, over the beginning of the fall, I had made blankets for my neighbor who had triplets, plus she had another child. So right now what I did was I took all the scraps and I just made random blocks. They're all different sizes. So now what I'm going to be doing is taking I still have the scrap flannel left over. So I'm just going to be making, since these are all different sizes, I'm just going to be cutting up some flannel pieces to match, the size of the block. Again, I'm going to be making the center pieces smaller. So this is going to be really good to be able to use up every bit of the scraps left over from that blanket, as well as try and using up some of this flannel. And I will check back in with you with progress. So I have matched each piece up with a coordinating flannel for the back. Like I said, I made each piece of the flannel a little smaller. I found this cute little honeybee fat quarter. Yes, I'll have to press it, but I just took it out of the wrapper, and I'm thinking that for these, the smaller pieces, is this only a fat quarter, I'm going to cut out pieces for the backings for all of these smaller ones using this fabric. So let's see. Okay, so I have gone ahead and added the cute honeycomb fabric to the backs of the smaller 5-inch blocks, and then from other scraps that I had for the rest of the blocks, I added some backs to these guys. So now each one of our blocks will have a matching backing, and I just think these are so adorable. This is a great way to get rid of scraps on top of your scraps, put all your scraps together. And remember, we also use some flannel scraps. So all around, this is just a great project to do. And it's nice and relaxing. You can sit, there's no measuring. You use what you have, you do you. This is just a wonderful creative process for you to be able to sit and just enjoy the whole process of creating. So I'll be back. Okay, so plugging away on all these scraps, there's 41 blocks here, all different sizes. So each one is now become a mini or whatever size quilt sandwich. So, we have the pieced front, I have the flannel in the center, and I have cotton on the back. Some of them have cotton on the back and flannel in the center, so they're all mixed up. So this is so wonderful to be able to get all of these scraps out of the way. Well, not out of the way, but you know what I mean, like out of tubs. And now these are so wonderful because look at all of these beautiful blocks, right? Everything is so lovely. The colors are so nice. And we have little sandwiches. We could make whatever we want, right? So, there is a plan, I think, but for now, I'm just really, I know I'm petting my blocks. Do you guys do that? So yeah, this is just wonderful. No bins, right? So, because there's so many different sizes, I'm going to have to take these smaller ones and figure out, do I keep these all together? Do I mix up the bigger ones with the smaller ones and break it up? So that's the dilemma with the projects. But it's not a bad dilemma, right? Actually, it's a good dilemma because it's like you have all of this stuff here ready to go. You need to make something, a gift bag, eyeglass case, sunglass case, whatever, something big, something small. You could put all of these together and make a quilt or a blanket. But I've already made a blanket out of the previous fabric. So let's come up with a plan. Hi friends. So yes, lots of things. So now keep in mind, these were scraps left over from another quilt or a blanket that I had made for one of the triplets. So just having these in blocks, these were quilt as you go blocks, ready to go. Like, even if they weren't, didn't have the batting and the backing, they would still be ready to go. But now that I was able to put all of the batting and just have everything ready to go, these were ready to go, right? So awesome. Okay, so I had made myself these are glasses that I use for when I do hand stitching. I don't normally wear glasses, but these are big and they have little lights on them, so they are really good for any type of hand stitching. And these eyeglass cases are nice and big. They're for sunglasses, right? So how wonderful and cute. Great little gifts. Again, scraps, right? And I had a couple of gift bags I made. They're so much fun. The insides are so cute, right? I have to put the drawstrings on them, but these are just so adorable. So much fun. I made myself a cute little coaster for outside. It is quite wrinkled, but you know, why not? For a nice hot day, glass of iced tea or something, right? These are so much fun. I made a little table topper for our kitchen, right? So lovely, right? Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 6 things. Just in a pinch, right? Real quick, right? Nice gifts, wonderful. I still have 10 more of the 5-inch blocks. I have some 6.5-inch blocks, and I have a couple of other, I have a 7 and an 8.5-inch block. So these can all be ready. I wanted to make a little tote bag. One of the triplets, their older sister Naomi is going to be graduating, going to kindergarten, so I thought I'd make her a nice little honeybee little bag and just some odds and ends. But all of this stuff is just scraps, right? These turn out so pretty. I just love them. And the rest of these are just ready to go for whatever project you need. You need a last minute gift. And yeah, so that's it. So I hope this gives you some kind of inspiration, some sojo, spark up some crafty goodness. And remember, just take your time, grab your scraps, sit down, listen to a podcast or something, and just sit and relax and just make something, whatever. You do you. And, you know, you don't have to be an expert, because I am not an expert at all. So, yeah, I just love these things just to make stuff around the house or whatever, a gift, like I said. But thank you for coming on this super sewing without a plan, scrappy journey. I really appreciate all of your support, and I will be talking to you guys soon.